What's up, my Aries witches? It's me, Amethyst Rose from Tarot and Witchcrafting, and today we're doing your December 2020 love reading using our Tarot of Sexual Magic, our Romance Angels Oracle cards, and our Lovers Oracle by Tony Carmine Selbero. So let's get started. We're going to start with the Romance Angels and collect an overview for you, my Aries witches. We already pre-shuffled off camera, meditated, but I love just diving in and getting straight to the shuffle a little bit more on screen. Okay. Aries overview for December 2020. All right, what do we got here? Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So by being in the present moment, my Aries witches, I see that this is a really important frame of mind to have, because my Aries witches, we really sometimes can get wrapped up in the, I see the future tense. I'm seeing the future, and you are thinking about it and putting stipulations on it, and that unfortunately puts like hindrances on what happens with you now. It's good to know where you're going and have goals, but it's challenging if we are worried all the time and we cannot be in the present moment, smell the roses, see what's right, the beauty in front of us. Let's start there. So you're attracting romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, being in the present moment. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at partnered, and then singles. Partnered Aries. Let's get the scoop. So, I would like to see you, Aries, who are partnered and need any information and messages. We have the High Priestess for my partnered Aries. This is you in your relationship, and right now you're making discoveries. You're definitely in the feeling too, and you're learning at the same time. So you're in the mind, you're in the spirit, and the zone of the soul, all at the same time. Complete expansion. I just see that there's a door being opened for you who are in a relationship. You're getting information, and some of you are definitely writing. I see that some of you are working on something that's like really important and you're doing a lot of writing, but doors will be opening for you, Aries witches. And I do see being playful as well. That's very important. Let's look at my single Aries in the relationships. Oh, have strength, single Aries. I feel like right now you are wrestling with somebody that feels very stubborn, right? It's overwhelming, Aries witches. And I feel like you're trying to just get them to do something that you think is for their own good, and they don't want to do it. And maybe, I hate to say this, but we need to step back, single Aries, and check out what is the situation. Do we really need to wrestle with this? Because some of us, I feel like you're forcing somebody that you want to be in a relationship with to be in a relationship with you. And so I can feel that from some of you, Aries witches. And others, I see that you're struggling. It feels like you're struggling with somebody that you care about to do what's best for themselves for health. Some other Aries witches too, I'm picking up, I'm so sorry that I'm picking up like a lot different scenarios. And another set of Aries witches who are single, I see you're struggling with an ex. who keeps trying to come into your space, and you're having to put up boundaries. And this is why you have to have strength, my Aries witches. So that was a lot of challenges that my single Aries witches are going through right now. Whereas I feel like my committed Aries witches, they are going through gaining a higher level of knowledge, ritual, and practice. And they're also becoming a little bit more playful. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to go to the story of the committed. Let's talk about those committed. So let's talk about the current situation. Any more advice about the current situation of the committed Aries witches? So we have the sun in reverse and the moon in the upright. And that would coincide with the high priestess showing up saying, you know, hey, your subconscious needs to be looked at. What are your true desires? What are your true relationships, partnerships? I see that there's this inner light that needs to be shed and shine light on and looked at. And this is why the consciousness is in reverse. The sun is in reverse here. And we have the high priestess to back this up as the foundation for my committed Aries witches. So you are definitely going through this period where you're really kind of thinking, what do I need as food or fuel for my soul? Okay. So you're really looking into what you want out of a partnership as well. I see the mirror a lot. I see this mirror, and you're looking at your partner right now, and you're realizing that like a lot of the stuff that you didn't like about them is actually kind of stuff that you're doing too, because it's partnership and there's a lot of reflection in that and mirroring. So Aries, you're getting kind of a look about the subconscious. Okay. What's the overview? So what's kind of like the driving? So we actually know the subconscious is a driver force, we say, of the consciousness. But I like the overview is kind of still what's going on in the consciousness. But we have change, the 5 of Swords. So there is a change of mentality. There is a change about how you know, I see and feel the change in how you handle your partners. I mean, I'm seeing Kundalini and shedding of baggage, emotional baggages, mental baggages, heart baggages. Like they want your help taking those baggages off. And I see you changing your mind about if you want to help that partner take that baggage off. You know, it feels like you're still clothed. So yeah, this is interesting. You're still clothed. We're not sure what level you're on with them, and they're not sure about what level you're on. Okay, I'm picking that up. Hold on a second. I see a lot of indecisiveness with you, Aries witches, about staying or going. The emotional tide of being in this relationship, it feels challenging, and this is probably why you're getting attraction. You know, to attract romantic love, you got to enjoy the moment, because right now you're kind of in your subconscious in your head. And even during the day with this high priestess, I see with the 5, there's changing of your mind, changing of the situation's mind, changing of the direction in general, changing of communication, the way you communicate with your partnership. That's like the overview, though, is there's been a change of the way you communicate with this partnership. And there's been a change about what you're seeing in this partnership and what you're getting out of it, what you want out of it. So yeah, there's a lot of self-evolution, but there's also evolution and change in this partnership. Let's look at what's the best advice for, you know, a positive outcome. Best advice for a positive... Oh, I have a 10 of Swords. I see... Aries witches, there's going to be some releasing and letting go mentally of things that hurt you in the past. Possibly even an affair. I see you feeling like the love burnt out for this partnership. Emotionally, and your subconscious does tend to be feminine, so I see this being your subconscious represented here, and unfortunately your subconscious is kind of feeling like possibly the light has burnt out between you. You're feeling an ending, a wrap up, a completion, but also with this sadness too. I feel like you're having a lot of reflection, you're cutting ties, the love and the cup is spilt, so it does, you know, feel like the roses are on the floor and the romance is on the floor and the cup is spilt. And the candle is burnt out. So I'm seeing a completion, and like this relationship may honestly be feeling and thinking and sense, you know, yeah, that the mentality, it just seems very ending and burnt out. I would see that the advice in this card, though, is she is having this reflection. She's cutting out things that she doesn't need in her life. She's definitely cutting out things that she doesn't need in her life. So what you don't emotionally need in your life, this is a great time to cut that out. What you mentally don't need in your life, you need to cut that out. Take this mirror and reflect upon yourself too, Aries witches. What do you need to let go from yourself? It absolutely could be this relationship, unfortunately. I don't see a tower per se. We're just going to kind of pull one last card and kind of see what that final outcome is looking like. And this is, again, if you can mentally let go of this pain that this relationship has caused you. It seems, Aries witches, this relationship may have caused you a lot of pain. What's the final outcome? Especially mental pain. I see a 6 of Swords in reverse, so I don't see that there's like communication breakthrough here. It kind of just seems like the communication has not crossed over to yeah, you two cannot seem to, I'm thinking like communicate on the same page. Because then we have the 6 of Cups upright and the 8 of Cups in reverse. So with this, one of you may be looking at the past and pining, or one of you is looking at the past and just feeling bad, emotional, disappointment, sad. And then the cycle, it's still a cycle. This has been a cycle, Aries. So, shucks. I do see, though, that the reverse makes me think that nobody is walking away because we're having a lot of reflection. Emotionally, we're having reflection, and mentally, we're having a lot of reflection. But I don't see anybody walking away, okay? I think there's just got to be a lot of reflection right now. December's a really good month for this reflection on your needs and what we could really use, what we really want. Let's pull one for your heart and for your lover's heart, your partner's heart, okay? No mashed potatoes. Aw, come on. Come on. It's gonna be great. McCormick, by your side for over 150 holiday seasons. So ridiculous. Okay, it's back. So can I get a card for Aries heart? Aries heart. So So Aries, your heart card. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Holy cow. So what did I say about that reflection though? Holy cow, there was all kinds of mirrors and all kinds of swords. There's a lot of reflection, and mentally we're reflecting and emotionally we're reflecting, and I see that this is why attraction is really important, because it to me shows that you could take the lead and be in the present moment and take the lead, Aries witches. So if you wanted this partnership to work, you could take the lead and enjoy the beauty in front of you. If you want change, you can take that lead too with that Ten of Swords. Mental change and an ending is coming. Your heart, though, is saying, though, that this is a really great time for reflections because of both positive and negative of both of you. And what is your partner's heart saying, Aries witches? They got forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And this would go really well with that Six of Cups. It's an emotional reflection, but it's also an emotional giving time. A lot of times the Cups card is represented by a young boy or child giving two little girls or two children a cup with flowers. Something of the past that is needing forgiveness in your lover's heart. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So your partner definitely wants forgiveness and they want sexual union from you, Aries witches. My married or committed Aries witches. So I hope that helps. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to my single Aries right now. All right, sweeties. So we've had a few scenarios, my single Aries. I'm going to see what else we can collect on that. Single Aries witches. What's the current situation? What's that current situation? We were looking at this strength card. Oh yeah, there's like a lot of passion behind this shuffle for sure. There's a lot of energy, passion, even some sexy fire. I wonder what that's about. Aries witches. Foundation. Let's do it. Okay. Yep, they want to speak. So, I did just so happen to flip it over too and see the bottom of the deck. So for some of my Aries witches who are single, you're moving into the Ace of Swords as the foundation though. And that's representing that you are trying to decide who you're cutting out of your life. And then also, since this is a 1, this is an ace, this is a new chapter. And that means that you're deciding, who am I going to tie up? Who am I going to tie down? Who am I going to be with now, like for the next chapter of this life, right? So here we have a little story here for some Aries witches, and we've got the Four of Cups. So for those of you who are kind of wrestling and need some strength, it's because we have this Four of Cups where I see you're making like a really big decision on who are you going to let into your heart emotionally and who are you going to cut out. It almost even looks like you're trying to direct somebody. So this is one that I was kind of getting earlier, and they really want somebody and they want them to be their partner. They want to give them their emotional cup and have balance with them and have a life with them. I don't know if this person, though, for this particular Aries witch who is kind of being aggressive to wrestle this partnership into your life, you might be, honestly, it might be so challenging because it's not the right person. I'm getting that message for a few of my Aries witches who are single, and they're very adamant about that. They really want this particular person in their heart. They want to give their heart to this particular person, but that is sometimes met with a lot of challenges, and you feel like you have to have a lot of strength, and it's because it's not always good for you, Aries witches. Maybe just because you really want that to work doesn't mean that it's a good match, what you attract, right? And it's not necessarily what you're attracting. I feel like you're almost forcing this. And that's just for some of my Aries witches. For the rest of you singles, I see you are still trying to make that decision, though. Emotionally, who do you want to give your love to? The Knave of Wands shows that there's somebody that is definitely sexually interested in you. But I am wondering if they are, as much as this card seems like a fiery sexual admirer, they seem a little immature possibly, and they are taking a really long time. It's almost like you're growing old, waiting for them to just even get your pants off, I heard. Okay. You're like, it's taking forever, come on! You're looking for a King of Cups too, though. So it's interesting because you kind of want this immature passion because it is fun and sporadic, and it just feels like it could be really fresh, even though it's interesting that it's taking a really long time. And again, that might be because it might not be right for you. And yet I see this strong desire for a King of Cups too, somebody that treats you like literally such a queen to the point where you don't even have to lift a finger, though. Some of my Aries single witches really want to be treated like in the lap of luxury. You want your partner to make all the money. And I see Justice is saying that that's not balanced. So some of these relationship ideas for my single Aries are not very balanced relationship ideas. And this may be why you need strength and you're struggling with trying to force relationships that aren't very good for you. And maybe even not good for them now. We're having to wonder. Our last card. The Queen of Wands. See, yeah, I see that there is a desire, though, to have more maturity, but still immaturity. To have a relaxed lap of luxury, the Queen of Wands. Well, there is definitely a desire to have a really good sexual commitment. There's definitely a desire to have a very grown-up emotional commitment that matches. There's also, again, like I said, possibly even a person that is young and feisty and is hot for you, but it's also taking like a really long time for some of you. Oof. Let's go ahead, and what we're going to check out now is, let's look at the overview for this, though. Single Aries, let's look at the overview. King of Pentacles in reverse. So, you know, I'm seeing that the king that feels really sturdy and offers marriage and foundation, you're feeling like that's not an option right now. You're feeling like you don't have this option for, you don't know any strong, desirable partnerships. Oh man, we're just going to turn this off. I think you're looking for more than money, though, too, is what this big deal is about why the cups and the sex keep showing up. Emotional and sexual is more important than this money. Interesting. You do have a good taste, but yeah, you're looking for something more than money man. All right, Aries witches. Let's go ahead and see some best advice. What's some best advice for the best outcome of my Aries witches? Yes. Anything else? Actually, it says the Nine of Cups in reverse. So single Aries witches, I see that there is a, you know, what's interesting. It's a person that you never finished a path with. The best advice here, so Nine of Cups in reverse is showing that instead of being really indulgent, we would be best to not be indulgent in, say, all these options of emotional love. But I see like there's a conversation that we need to have, but we're not having. Maybe we shouldn't be having this conversation. It's best advice. So maybe we don't need to have this conversation that's going to honestly keep things more complicated, is what I heard. Interesting. Some of you are battling with a relationship that you singles, you may be seeing this person and you want it to be a relationship, or they want it to be a relationship with you. The energies could be vice versa, but we are seeing that this conversation isn't going any further, and so we're stuck. See how we're reversed? We're in limbo and we're suspended. And we're really close to like a pretty happy and fulfilling relationship with this person, but it's like I just see that serious conversation that is not happening right now. And let's talk about that conversation. What is this all about? What's this conversation about? What's the conversation that needs to happen? Looks like you've been definitely like, you know, that could be the really slow Knave of Wands, considering that it's a 9. I'm really feeling that too as well. Okay, so this went here, 2 of Pentacles on that 9 of Cups. So this person, even though, you know, there's a serious conversation that needs to be had, and there's probably been plenty of time put into this relationship that's not quite a relationship. And that's why we have the 2 as the overview. So it's like, as far as commitment and partnership, it's still at a level 2. It's still not evolved between you two into something that is serious. Yeah, you're just keeping it very loose. Very loose. And that's why there's no commitment between this relationship. And it's been kind of hard to get commitment out of this relationship. There's some big healing that's happening. Let's talk about it, single Aries witches. This is why this whole story came out. You are in a magician mode now, which means that you're feeling pretty complete in your energy and you're feeling balanced. This is really great, okay, because you are overcoming the devil energy in love. So there's some type of lesson of codependency or addiction, or, you know, maybe even it's the opposite. You're scared because of the situation of the 9 in reverse. You might even just be scared to be happy, and so you keep pushing this person away, or they're really slow at chasing you, and, you know, it's a game. So these love games, this is, you know, an area that you're taking control back from. I have the Star in reverse, so I'm seeing that something like a wish is not being granted with this, because there's a 2 of Swords underneath, like a decision has to be made. And we're on the wheel right now, the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it is on the upright, which is good because I see that you're, again, reflections and mirrors. Gonna have reflections. It's a month of reflections for all my Aries. The King of Swords. It's like, mentally, what do you really want? You know, it's tough because you want a grown-up woman, and you are not necessarily a woman, but just that energy of grown-ups, and you want immaturity and fresh, young fun. This may be why it's really hard for you to settle with anybody that you would potentially want to have a partnership with, because you don't feel complete with maybe even just one person. There's a lot of energy that's needed here to stimulate you, my King of Swords. And then we have the Nine of Swords. And, you know, to find somebody that can really handle all of the unshedding of emotional and mental and sexual baggage, sexual barriers, Saturn, lessons. Someone that can do that, that would be wonderful indeed. I've got 2 9s on the table, but one's in reverse, one's in the upright, because what you're learning is that it's your mental cycles that we've got to work on. Okay? And then we can have these emotional happinesses. Let's pull some heart cards for you. Okay. So let's talk about that. Let's see that heart, my single Aries. Let's see that heart. I gotta get these hearts a little straightened out, because they kind of, well, they're a little rough when they're twisted up. Okay. Ooh, that was longer than I was anticipating. Okay. Got a lot of heart cards going on right now, sweeties. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So this relationship that you are interested in, or that you're looking for, this is what you're looking for, is the missing pieces of yourself in this other person. This is why you want a relationship. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Again, why you want a relationship. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. You could absolutely have room for love, Aries, which is in your heart. If you make room for love. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. And that is true. We do not just learn from positive experiences, right? We learn from the negatives and the heartbreaks. You had the Magician, and I love that you got manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance, my Aries witches. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. That is amazing. Even when it seems like things are really rough and you may feel very alone, my single Aries witches, you are not alone. Oh, thank you so much for joining me, my beautiful Aries witches. I appreciate and love you so much. I am so fucking thankful. You're amazing. I fucking love you. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing with the channel. I am so appreciative and I value your support. And if you'd like to further support me, please go on to the lovershermeticsupply.com. You can book readings. You can purchase my lunar soaps that I hand make only on new and full moons. They are listed on the website. Also coming soon on the website will be my new Oracle decks and my magic decks. So I'm really excited. That's why I've been really busy. And I just really appreciate you guys for hanging in there through the times that I may skip a month on accident, my Aries witches. You guys are so patient with me, and I just really appreciate your kindness and your patience. Yeah, I've been working on a lot of art, been working on a lot of decks. So I'm bringing you some custom soaps, custom decks, and I just want to share my magic with you. So if you'd like that, check me out, lovershermeticsupply.com. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. Check me out. I love you so much, my Aries witches. Till next time. Peace, my Aries witches.